We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Many years I had accumulated a shoulder injury due to lifting heavy weights back then. You know, this was in high school. And it's kind of interesting because recently this injury's been bothering me for many years. And recently, 2018, my brother, Dr. Boz Moreno, has suggested that I take some of his B Venom, a homeopathic solution he put together. And I was like, yeah, let me try it. Let me see what's up. At first, I was kind of skeptical to the situation, but then at the same time, with its track record, I was like, yeah, he be putting it down when it comes to homeopathic medicines and whatnot, you know, due to the history we have with each other and whatnot. So I was like, yeah, let me get some. So I end up ordering some, read the instructions, what I need to do, how much I need to illustrate within or add to my body or whatever the case may be. So over a 2-month period, I took it. I took injections from every Tuesday, so 4 times a week, 4 times a month. So I took it for 2 months, and after the second month, I noticed that my arm was not hurting anymore. The muscle had repaired itself, literally, you know, and I was like, whoa, let me start sharing this with people, you know, really start giving them an opportunity to check out what's actually involved with B Venom. So tune in. We definitely got some more exciting things. If you're interested in administrating some B Venom, check out our advertisement that we have that's supporting this podcast. Tip, I am that I am. Some call me Haru, your modern monk, your cannabis fitness strategist, back at it again. Here for you, here with you. Here to expand the mind, to expand the thinking capacity, to expand the intelligence of the human species. I'm just a part, just a little slither, just having you think a little bit beyond and beyond. Yes, we're live with number 113. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. Now, I want to thank you for coming in, tuning in, showing your love, showing your respect, even if you disrespect. Haters, love you too. You know what I'm saying? And we're here to enlighten, to open the mind, to open the thinking capacity, the intelligence checkbook. Let's name it that. The checkbook. Making sure, caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Welcome to You Are the GM with your host with the most. That brother, the modern monk. Here for you, opening up the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit, the fitness element, the financial element, every aspect that we have available to the human species, or the humankind, as they would say, the humankind, the man of kind, the kind of man or woman. Huh? Yes. Thank yous again for your shares, your love, your emails. More than that, your love, the respect, the understanding, the salute to everyone out there. But you know, one of the things I wanted to say too, I'm working on a big project, a major project. Shout out to my brother Adam Powers, the Power Twins, as I would say, for what y'all been doing, Andrew and whatnot. Respect. We're working on a big major project, and I can say it, and I'm going to hit it. Go check out the website. We actually started a blog. My brother Adam started a blog. It's called Cannabis While Black. Yes, cannabiswhileblack.org. Cannabiswhileblack.org. A project we've been working on for a minute. Actually, a project that's been very passionate to me and my brothers, the twins, Adam, especially Adam. It has been definitely some things we've been addressing within this particular publication that we're going to be releasing here shortly at the beginning of the year, of the new year. So I just wanted y'all to get the insight on some of the insight. Go check out the website, and we want to get some of your feedback as far as what content we do have there. We have great interviews coming on a daily basis, so we definitely stepping the game up, asking some questions that hasn't even been really approached within the cannabis industry in general. Those of you who don't understand where the cannabis industry is and what it's about, it's truly about opening up a whole nother opportunity for not just blacks, brothers and sisters, and everybody, for everybody who want to take advantage of an opportunity, because this is the new electricity, this is the new oil, this is the new, you know what I'm saying? But it's one thing about it, and this is what I'm having a problem with too, because cannabis is more of a healthier option than cigarettes, than alcohol. You feel me? And then it's interesting how we even justify it in the fitness industry. We justify alcohol in the fitness industry. And we know alcohol has a bad connotation or a bad methodology to the situation. Oh, you can drink liquor, you can drink wine a day, keep the doctors away and all this other stuff. But then when we talk about cannabis, it's about demonized. And cannabis comes from the ground. It comes from the earth. It's from the earth, as my brother Bob Marley would say. It comes from the earth. You know. So it's an understanding. Stop demonizing the shit that is actually helping you. You know what I'm saying? This has the potential to help you elevate your mind, your body, your soul, because you tend to take care of a lot of cannabis users tend to take care of themselves too. This is starting to be a aha moment, I think, within the fitness industry too. Those of you who's actually tuned in know what I've been about, you know, the 420s, whatever, over the years and whatnot. It's an understanding that we're doing. I'm tapping into another. I'm kind of going on a tangent right now. But the cool thing, I'm not limited. You feel me? I'm not limited. So you're not going to be hearing the script by script and all this other stuff. Don't take me wrong. I do enjoy adding value, giving you what you want. And that's the whole key thing. That's why I'm talking about 113. We're talking about ignorance is not bliss. Because we take a lot of things for granted, first and foremost, especially our species, because we have been able to get things so fast and furiously, that we forget the process, right? We forget the process. We forget people have to, somebody's paying the price. Somebody's paying the price, but the problem is we want it faster, and we're demanding things faster, but we're not willing to get our intelligence on a faster speed. If you're with me. See, we'd rather go out buying all this bullshit, and I'm not telling you what to buy, but how many projects have you completed in the last 30 days? Fully completed. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just within your particular issues that you need to take care of for you. Take care of you. That's the whole point of this podcast show. You are the body. You are the mind. You are the strength. You are the power. You have the ability. You just got to take ownership and stop giving our managers, stop giving all these big businesses all your energy, doing all this crazy overtime for them and all this stuff. And you know it don't pay off. That's another thing, it don't pay off. I'm a big advocate of that. Don't take me wrong. If I'm going to do overtime, it's an overtime for something that's going to be significant. Not because it's just, oh, it's paying me and I get more money. That's the problem. I enjoy money. I love money, right? I know I need money, but it is not allowing it to control your whole mindset, your consciousness, your subconsciousness, your every aspect of you. You feel me? You shouldn't want to feel like, you shouldn't even want to be in that space, like the brothers say, the head space. Don't allow it in your head space, because it doesn't make any sense. You know, it doesn't make any sense. You're laboring. I was just sharing with my girlfriend, I was just sharing this. I was like, it's interesting how, you know, you're telling your man, go out, or your woman or whoever, you're out here, you're getting the money, you're getting the wop, you're getting the, you know, but you never have time to really spend quality time with your significant loved one.
right? Think about this for a minute. Even though the COVID had gave us that opportunity, even though I think it's all a sham, it's all a sham. Literally, I think it's all a sham. It's keeping you in a place, is keeping you in a mental state of fear. That's why I keep like I'm saying, ignorant is bliss. But before I get down deep into that, let me get you guys. Hey, billions informed per day keeps the stupidity away, keeps it out of here. Because see, you take on responsibility. Soon as you take on responsibility, you start seeing life in a different perspective. Okay, I'm going to start growing my food. Even if I started with one plant, tomatoes, or salad, or whatever you want to, kale. You feel what I'm saying? It don't have to be all this, I'm in it 100% and I'm doing this and doing that. That's where we fail, Americans. We want to do it all or none. That's where we're failing. And it's funny too, because fitness pushed that crap too. And it don't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. We've been so conditioned. Literally, we've been conditioned to do everything. Think about it, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. Those of us who's been in these past decades understand, look, life was a lot more simple. You feel what I'm saying? It was a lot more simple. You didn't have to take on a lot more so-called responsibilities, so-called being accountable for everything. You tripping? You got your child in elementary school. Your child has a cell phone. Think about this. We didn't have... A lot of times, and I don't even know if this is something that's been... You can take... Let me talk. I'm going to go on a spiritual tangent right here. This is for those of you who understand what I'm actually about to deliver right now. Now, those of you who are in the spiritual realm, I think most of the time you already been conscious. You've been conscious understanding for years. I'm talking like when you can remember certain things, like literally not bad things, but certain things that you learn, the aha moments in your life, right? Where you learn real quick, you're observant. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother didn't have no problems with me. I wasn't a problem child. I was always a child who's I'd always be paying attention to the things around me, right? And I think that's one of the spiritual gifts, or however you want to look at it, where you had this consciousness, you had this ability back in the day, so you was always aware of what's going on, and you made the decisions that actually benefit you. You know what I'm saying? Benefit you, and you learn the lesson. I think we are reincarnations, right? We have been here because there's certain elements that we go through, or our dream state. I'm trying to break it down to y'all real cold. Well, maybe our dream state or our imagination state has the ability to do all these factors, to time in or to chime in these factors, right? And that's due to all the conditioning, all the learning, all the things that's been said to us that has been good and has been bad. But with that in mind, check out our sponsors. My brother Dr. Boz Moreno with Method Moreno. You can get Dr. Boz at drbozmoreno.xyz as well as drbozmoreno.com. You can hit him on his email, support at methodmoreno@gmail.com. And that's support at methodmoreno@gmail.com. As well as phone. Text the brother. Hit him up. Introduce yourself first. 404-462-0571. That's 404-462-0571. Yes. So, when you're talking about your mental and fitness game, stepping up, being in the zone, like I would always say, discipline and consistency is the key elements to living a more physical fitness lifestyle, or at least adding it in your lifestyle for the rest of your life, right? That's just like brushing your teeth, showering every day. You feel me? Same principle. It's the same principle. You got to keep the physicality up. Y'all know y'all can hit me, Haru, the modern monk. You are the gym body. You are the gym. You are the gymlive.com. You feel me? My website, or youarethegym.live.com. Youarethegym.com as well. You can text me at 206-659-6382. Yes, that's 206-659-6382. I got them t-shirts for sale. All them t-shirts. You Are the Gym. Buy 20, 30 of them bitches. Definitely. For your support, we support you. Is that how we do it? For your support, we support you. So, let's dive into this 113th episode with Ignorance is Not Bliss. Now, for those of you, I dived in it a little bit earlier in this episode. So now, let's get on the flat plane, for example, or in the same playing field, as we must say. Let's get into the definition of ignorance and bliss. As my Arabic brothers would say, Salam alaikum. Oh man, let's get in it. We're gonna get deep. Salam alaikum to all my brothers out there, my Muslim brothers and sisters. Shalom to all my Jewish brothers and sisters. Hotep to all my brothers and sisters in the world of understanding. With all these frequencies going on, Jumbo Sana. That's a good one. That's Somalian, Jumbo Sana. No, that's not. That's Kenyan language. Kenya, from Kenya. No, Jumbo Sana. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's all good, brother. It's funny how certain words keep with you. You know what I'm saying? Certain words keep with you. Like I said, ignorance is not bliss. So let's get back into bliss. What? No, forgive me. Ignorance. Let's talk about this word. We talked about this on a couple episodes prior to this episode 113. But if you haven't been tuning in to any of the shows, you should be ashamed of yourself, because this is why. The main key thing to this show is to ask you the question, what do you want to do? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to live your life? We have to stop accepting the bullshit that's given to you. Hence, why you go search, why you go look, why you research, your own due diligence, your own time, put your own game. Look, put your own hands or put your own fire to the existing fire to get an understanding to where you need to go in your life, or where you or who you need to become in your life. Therefore, getting around the right crowd of people. You know, people that's going to challenge you to take your game to the next level, not always degrading, stepping back 80 steps to just move up one step. That's how life been giving it to us, right? We don't make the right choices all the time, but most of the time, you guarantee you're hitting the homer, hitting the home runner, right? If you taking it in life, if you taking that in life, that's what I'm saying. Stop getting caught up in all this bullshit, all these terms and words they've been using. You know, words have power, right? Words have power. The power of the tongue. Words have power. We know this. We've been living this. We see it. We seeing it with the fear they have been utilizing with this propaganda and propagandizing that's been going on throughout our culture. Hands down. You know, a great artist to go pick up right now, you should all have on your iPod or whatever you want to call them these days, on your cell phone. The greatest album of all times. Let Them Free, Let Them Out, Let Them Free. Hip Hop. Dead Prez. Go check out Dead Prez, their first album. And I think that was 2000. It might have been 1999 when they released that. 2000, 2001, somewhere in there. But Dead Prez, their first album. And it was definitely, it speaks today more than ever. Shout out to you, Dead Prez, Stick Man, and M1. You know, for doing what y'all was doing back in the day. But those your albums is definitely very I wouldn't say futuristic, because we've been talking about this for years, right? All these issues that been going on. But the one thing I gotta say, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. Let me rephrase that. Ignorant is not bliss. And the problem is that we have became a society where the poor mentality or the poor mindset or the poor statements that have been given to the poor, from the broke, literally has been taken as is, taken as the truth, and it's not the truth. You feel me? Because the more ignorant you are, the more stupid you become. You feel me? Shout out to all the viewers on the Instagram feed. I'm doing this, and I'm doing the feed on my doing an episode, 113th episode. Ignorance is not bliss. So we need to stop buying into the crap. This is what we're doing. We're buying into these fake ass facades. Black Lives Matter. Look. All lives matter. We don't want to see no deaths. Who in their right mind, unless you just a psychotic, ignorant, retarded, don't have no value for nothing type of mentality. You feel me? And don't tell me, this is the funny thing too. We know through history, America, or if you want to call North America, they have been doing it the worst to the people than any history would tell us. Because you know what? They make it seem like you're ignorant to the game. It's an illusion. They're killing more people than Hitler even touched. Hitler ain't got shit on this American government. Check me if I'm right or wrong. History shows us daily. When you see it in your social economic systems that's going on and is degrading your neighborhood, and your neighborhood is still the same, and some neighborhoods are just dying because the people are dead mentally, physically, spiritually. You feel me? Man, yeah, ignorance is not bliss. They say ignorance is the lack of knowledge or information, right? Incomprehension, unconsciousness, inexperiences. Come on, people. Stop settling, Grant Cardone, as he would say. Stop settling. Stop settling for the bullshit. Stop settling for the crumbs. You telling me, this is a funny thing, and it's kind of interesting how we really fall into these, traps, right? We fall into these traps. We listen to Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett gonna tell you, no, it's not about the money, because he already has the money. It's about the relationships I'm building and this and that. Think about, this is the thing we've failed to realize, even when we're getting advice from a billionaire. Most of the time, if you're getting this advice from billionaires, the billionaires really don't understand the reality of starting up. The issues of just starting up, right? These are the situations that people don't really, they're so far removed. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem with big business. They're so far removed from their associates or employees that they don't get it anymore. It's not there anymore. You see what I'm saying? Therefore, they get these bad. We can probably go keep it real with you. If we talking big businesses, I think it would be more negative issues than the positive issues with big businesses. Because look at all the exploitation. Look at all the exploitation, and you telling me that's a world brand name. Think about that. That's some branding for your ass, right? I'm going to read the comments. Shout out to you, bro, for tuning in. The Overtaker, 11111. Yeah, through a variety of ways, through those same experimental injections. Yeah, processed foods and other drugs, etc. True that. And the thing is, this is the thing, and not saying I have all these answers or anything like that. I don't have none of the answers. I do got a lot of questions. The thing is, I've always been questioning from day one, literally day one. Look at all your teachers. Look at the schools that you've been selected to go to. You see what I'm saying? All the vaccine bullshit they was doing to us. Oh, the measles and this and that. You feel what I'm saying? Even though our bodies are definitely has transformed into something else. I mean, look at these bodybuilders now. I mean, shout out to you, much respect, but I mean, people are doing your body can do amazing things, right? Our bodies can do amazing things, even with the food that is killing us. But we're starting to see more how it is killing us, because it's killing us long term in their degenerative diseases, right? People say we can't live with cancer or viruses. What is a cancer? A cancer is a virus, right? And we live with it. People outdo it in some cases. You see what I'm saying? Because our bodies are meant to regenerate. Our bodies are meant to grow. I mean, Methuselah, I can't even say the brother's name, 900 some years old, that was documented, right, in the book, one of the books, right? Now think about this. We probably had the ability to live much longer. That's why I think we reincarnate our spirits. This is just me in general thinking. Our spirits are this particular thinking, imagination, not the physical, but the spiritual energy that you're hearing resonate with your ear, with the vocal cords or the sound that is coming out that's what I think the soul is, right? When they do in the Tibetan Book of the Dead or the Egyptian Book of the Dead, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about that you know, it being that spirit still there, in other words. You kind of see what I'm saying? And then all it does, I think it just transform or transmute into something else, come back on this plane to experience somewhat this plane. Even though I don't think that's even the case to an extent. Because why would we put ourselves in sanity? Oh my goodness. To be able to perform insanity? Question. Think about that one. Especially with today's environment today. That's what I'm saying. When we're pushing these terms, ignorance is bliss. No, ignorance is not bliss. It's not bliss. Because it puts you in a frame of mind. It puts you in a structure where you don't want to go for self. You don't want to even know thyself. You just want to respond to whatever they give you, via good or bad. Not even understanding that your rights are being taken daily. Your autonomy is being taken daily. Your sovereignty has been taken daily. And we know the routine. When you're talking sovereignty, this is to all the brothers and sisters out there who may be in that sovereign movement. You can go see the videos I put out years ago on that movement. And it's funny too, because the movement, the understanding of the movement has not been, you're playing in their game. The only time, look, you have to opt out the game. And what I mean about opting out the game, I'm meaning you creating your own environment, you creating your own landmass, your own habitat, right? Your own environment, literally. You have to create that with the people you want to create it with or develop it with. That's when you can opt out. When you don't need their programs, you don't need their jobs. You'll create your own value within your value. That's the key. You see what I'm saying? That's the key. That's the true sovereign. We know their land is, look, the land has been taken, right? The land has been taken. The property has been taken. Your rights have been taken. My rights, in some cases, have been taken. As long as I'm involved in their cities. Now we're getting somewhere. All these sovereigns. Okay, let's live without their cities. Get out of their cities. Let's start creating our own domains. You feel me? This is where the independence start coming in. The self-sustainability. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is a trap. It's a trap. Ignorance is a trap. That's why I keep saying billions informed per day keeps the stupidity away. Because we rather, look, you can tell me about LeBron James, how many fucking shots he shoot, but then when it comes to like your life, what you want to do, how you want to live, you can't even explain that. You can't even go there. That's what's so crazy about what we have been doing in today's society. Yeah, the Matrix. All this is the Matrix. The sister Sophia Stewart just happened to write it in a book. You know what I'm saying? Put it in this one, format, however you want to look at it, because the format's always changing. Let me say it like that. What they say, you can skin a cat in multiple ways, but why would you skin a cat? Where do that come from? Where do that term come from? That don't even sound right. That's what I'm talking about here. Ignorance is not bliss. Stop using excuses for excuses. The biggest one I hear all day, oh man, I can't work out. How you be working out every day or every other day? You make it a part of your life. It's a habit. You make it a part of your life. That's the key thing. Taking responsibility, taking accountability for your efforts, for you. Fuck with your boss or whoever you want to call, your manager, whoever. They gonna give you advice to look. They want to win. So they're going to do everything they're going to do to put you in the situation so they can win, right? Even if that's overtime in your ass. But a lot of people don't, a lot of us can't function. This is the thing too. This is what I was saying earlier about the situation with my girl. When you're working, you're overworking your body, your mind, your body, your soul. You don't have nothing to offer to your significant other, right? You're already drained. You're drained. You're drained from all the issues that you're putting out fires all day at the job. Then you come home. Then you got to deal with a big ass fire because the female, she gonna be yapping just like the man. He might be yapping. However you want to look at it, it goes both ways. The problem is, how many times are we giving it quality time? Y'all are not feeling me. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss. And I don't even know how they even came up with that. That's crazy. Lack of knowledge or information. This show you this was a dummy who said this. Real ignorant. This is why we got to be careful. This is what I'm saying about being careful of what we allow in our domain. Because this is the cold thing. When you watching that television set or even your YouTube channel, they got so many nonsense commercials. Because that's all TV is big ass commercials. Just big ass commercials. Now let's go to the other word that always been used, especially in the black community. We love you. I'm blessed. I'm this. I'm that. Yeah. Let's go look into what this word is saying. And remind you folks, please do your own due diligence. Do your own research. Because, you know, one thing about going into the past knowledge or what have people have written and whatnot, things change, right? Things change. So don't be tripping. Oh, this brother was saying this 8 years ago. Now he done changed up. No, things change. Certain experiences come into a fold where okay, I can see how that works like that. You see what I'm saying? Because we definitely have an understanding, but it is some principle or concrete elements, pinpoints to certain things too as well, especially life principles. But at the same time, when we buy into the bullshit like we have been, especially as a society, we're buying into the illusion. If I show you, look, if I keep showing you that this is what it is, oh, 1 million deaths of COVID, 1 million deaths of COVID. You know how many brothers and sisters, we have deaths every so many seconds, right? Hey, it might be somebody near you, okay. But death is nothing new, people. Death has been going on for a good few years. A good few years. Death has been going. And you know what? What's crazy about here, Hawaii, especially on this island, it's a memorial. I'm on a memorial, literally. I'm on a memorial. So I can see where the energy has been, some cases bad. If you're killing soldiers or warriors of war, obviously their bodies were not in a positive environment, if that makes sense to you. Deaths from gunshots, car accidents, domestic violence, etc. Exactly. All that's related to everyday life. And we're flipping out about the flu. Because basically that's the symptoms of the COVID, is the flu. Right? And let me break this down. You literally have millions of people, when you're talking millions of people, get the flu. You know what I'm saying? And they've been dealing with this. This is why it's very questionable of the COVID issue. And then the other element is, why the vaccine that hasn't been tested over a year? This just created in a few months. They couldn't even come up with it. They couldn't even come up with a vaccine for the measles or the chicken pox in that short of a time. Oh, but technology and no, they had the technology. They've been having the technology. Really, like my girl was saying, nothing's new under the sun. It hasn't been nothing new under the sun. Never was. But the key thing is this. They've been giving you a lot of bullshit. The government, who cares for you? Who loves you? He gives you a stimulus plan check. That's what it was. The stimulus plan check. Okay, we can offer this to the people for a short amount of time. Then they can go just buy. They can give us the money back. We can, the Walmarts, we just set them up where the Walmarts where we got all the big televisions right in the middle of the aisles. You can even come over to Home Depot. We're having all these good specials where you can come over, buy all the freezers you need, everything you need, even tile. Yeah, that's a good one. Tile that, my house never got done. It's been 8 months and my stuff is cracking. Yeah, because it ain't even finished. Because we're not finishing no projects. We don't know how to finish anything. The only thing we know how to do is buy. We have become a society that ignorance is not bliss. Or ignorance is bliss when it comes to that. Because we got this fake money, fiat money, and we don't even know. It's funny too, because Hawaii is kind of interesting when it comes to this money situation. They telling me it's 900,000, according to one of the statistics, 900,000 people just on this island alone, Honolulu, right? We talked about this, but this money madness that's going on when you got the biggest selling Costco in the world, literally biggest selling Costco in the world, and Home Depot, they're next door, and Lowe's is in there too. So, but Lowe's don't get as much activity. But at the same time, these particular giants are making so much. But it's interesting to me how much people are buying in a short amount of time. That is the crazy thing. Now, that might not mean nothing to you, but when you're looking at like people buying shit at Costco and you're going through that stuff that fast, that's a question. That's a question. And nobody can answer it. But then you have, look, even with the bullshit that was going on last year when Walmart was out of toilet paper and all this other meat and all this other stuff, that should have been an indicator right there to the people. Look, why are we relying on these hubs, big businesses, and we probably can count them all on our hands that are around the globe. They're all in with each other, people. Ignorance is not bliss. It's not bliss. It keeps you in the, I don't know. And what if you don't know? That's one of the other elements. Even in the gym, when you're at a fitness gym, you see these people who are not doing the correct exercise with a piece of equipment. And you can tell they're not getting no kind of results, right? They're not getting no kind of results, hands down. And maybe it's ignorance to not ask anybody, how do you use this? It's really simple, people. It's really simple. But we get in these situations and we put ourselves in these situations where we don't have no idea of what we're doing. Especially these new environments. Oh yeah, let's do self-checkout. What do that do? Then we're complaining about, oh, they don't need as many employees anymore, this and that. We a funny culture, man. We don't make sense. But then at the same time, we're questioning. We don't question anything. We just have answers for them. Why are they doing this? Hey, you promoted it. You didn't know you was benefiting the situation prior to going into it because you just signed up for the rewards plan. Yeah, you get all these points. You can build up and get the food. Boom. This is what you're supporting. Bow. So I'm killing all these kids over here in Africa. All these other countries that they claim that is so poor. That's another thing we don't even pay no attention to. They always claiming that these countries are so poor. You know, these countries more richer than North America. Oh, we're in the greatest country in the world. We're in the greatest country. Ignorance is not bliss. Come on. We got more ignorant people here in the North America, than we do outside of the rest of the planet. What they claim we got about 300 million. That was just that they was talking years ago. It's probably more than that now. All these illegitimate non-family people just having children just to be having children. No, and it's not that I'm right. It's not that I'm right. I'm just asking the question. I'm like, what is really going on? We're in a mode where we don't really give a fuck. That's what I can say about, at least in the 90s, 80s, and the 70s, we was actually questioning shit, what our government was doing. You know, all the medias are all in the same owners. You feel me? What kind of shit is that? At least BET was independent for a minute. Do program what they wanted to program. Now this shit is all the same. You seeing the same bullshit on the other channel that you thought was different. Fox Network, CNN, all of them the same bullshit. Ted Turner probably owned them all because he's the only one who actually had some sense once upon a time. Y'all not ready. I'm telling you, it's crazy because we don't ask the questions. We sit up here and fall up into these. Think about these big businesses got me tripping. I'm like, man, it's amazing how you come in these industries and you just clean out everybody. Just buying out everybody. No kind of competition. That's why big businesses haven't been able to grow. Because they're buying out all the competition. And I think competition is healthy. That was the whole point of North America, of doing the Constitution. You feel me? And why they had to get so many people, okay, on board for this particular tactic, but at the same time, we can free enterprise. That's what free enterprise is about, right? Amway. Shout out to Amway. Keep it real. Actually, that business has been an interesting business because they allow other entrepreneurs to take advantage of the opportunity to sell their product. Alternative. Y'all ever heard of that? An alternative to Amway, to Walmart, to whoever else is in the game. Yeah, we breeding like cattle, settling their offspring of the slaves of the system. And that's basically what we're doing. We're just selling our children right to the master, to the puppet master. We're literally selling them. Here, you can have them. Start them off in the school. I want to give them first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. Come home questioning you at second grade. Mom, you told me with this, and it's not like that. We got aliens all over the place. Think about it. We process like this. This is what's going on with our ADHD and all these other different forms of autism and all this other crazy shit that we're dealing with. I mean, even with the kids, it's funny too because we're no confidence, of the self-esteem, all that shit is just no longer involved in the human species. So you got a lot of people that don't have no self-esteem, low self-confidence, doing anything to the hair, looking all fucking crazy. You don't know if it's a man or a woman, whatever. These days. You know, and it's literally some crazy manipulation going on with it, even with our social media stuff, the TikTok and all this stuff. People actually putting out this information that's literally is questionable. You know why it's questionable? Because you have these big ass celebrities endorsing it. And then the funny thing is, celebrities are not even, I mean, come on, let me just, when you have, I'm going to share this with you guys. Don't take me wrong. You know how certain celebrities, for example, Eddie Murphy, I was a big fan of Eddie Murphy, a big fan, but then certain things started kind of popping out. Because see, I look at characteristics, right? I hope you do that too. Certain characteristics, personalities of people, how they respond in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? You know where and maybe I might get some heat for this. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But I wasn't a really big fan of Kobe Bryant. Even how he responded to one of his it was a few times he responded to some of the championship games and some of the championship games that they lost when they actually had the opportunity. And it wasn't that Kobe Bryant, I'm not saying his athleticism was beyond. Don't take me wrong. But I usually compare the mindset of a true athlete, of somebody who have taken it to the next level consciously, have been Michael Jordan, hands down. I mean, you can call him the GOAT or whatever the case may be, but he proved it in every aspect of the game. Defense, something LeBron James don't do. Every once in a while. But we talking about Kobe Bryant. Don't take me wrong. Great athlete, boom. But it was a mindset. That's what I keep saying. The greatest example has been Michael Jordan on that mindset. Not saying he's better than, Wilt Chamberlain and all them other great brothers. Don't take me wrong. But when it comes to the mindset of a winner, not just of a winner, but proving it in every aspect in life. And a lot of people would say Michael Jordan's an asshole. Who don't? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Bill Gates. Look at Warren Buffett. Look at all these guys. Even John D. Rockefeller was an asshole to a lot of people, even though he was this so-called Christian man of upright this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people thought he was an asshole too. And that's the thing. Even Ford, Henry Ford. That's what I'm saying. When you're looking, when I'm reading these books or reading about these particular people, or if they wrote their own particular so-called biography or autobiography, you tend to look for traits. You tend to look for personality characteristic traits. Take what you can, leave the shit that's bullshit. You see what I'm saying? But the problem now is we got these resources that's trickery, playing trickery. Everything have to have some kind of entertainment value to it to keep your attention. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do love about my mindset. I like the boring stuff. I listen to the boring stuff because the boring stuff is where the jewels are. You feel what I'm saying? That's where the jewels are. So the key thing is, like when you're looking at entertainment, the entertainment is the more of the fluff. You feel where I'm coming from? The fluff. That's why I'm a big George Carlin. I mean, he was funny, but he breaks shit down till you be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You feel me? Y'all not with me. That's why I think they took him out too. Don't take me wrong. He was a young brother too. I think he died in his 60s. You know, but he definitely comedian that was on point, that has some real controversial wake up. Hey, it's time to smell this true coffee. Stop getting caught up in the bullshit. The funk. You know, the funk. So let me give you the cow. Yes. So ignorance is not bliss. So we went into bliss. Bliss is perfect happiness, great joy. Reach a state of perfect happiness, typically so as to be oblivious of everything else. That's the meaning I'm talking about right there. Yeah, George Carlin, he was the truth. That brother was the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting even how the timing, because I'm thinking about all these brothers, literally, who was actually educating us to wake the hell up. You know what I'm saying? And they was comedians. See, what they be saying, all the angels come to you in different disguises and this is ways and that. Yeah. Physically, that's what they're doing. If you want to call it angels, guides, or whatever you want to call it, it's all the understanding, like certain knowledge that comes to you. Like, I'm a big, George Cooper or Bill Cooper, William Cooper, Beheld of the Pale Horse. That dude was breaking it down, and this was, 80s, 90s. He was already telling us what was up. Right? He was telling us what was up. Then you can go back to Manly P. Hall, Joseph Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Carl G. Wood. Yeah, Woodson. He was one too. I mean, all the story, everything is there. We're just staying ignorant, stupid. All we want to do, and it's funny because I don't even know if people really want to be in their children's life or really have really truly create a legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would think, where people would want to be more homeschooling, be around their babies. Not saying 24 hours, but giving them the opportunity to do what they want to do. Truly want to do what they want to do or live like they want to live. You feel me? That's the mindset. Like a perfect environment. Not saying it's going to be perfect, but my point is giving them an opportunity to learn what they want to learn, go forward with that, or go off your shoulders, right? Dad's already established, your mom and dad already established a concrete business that helps people, that is effective, that is actually embracing or influencing people. You know what I'm saying? Or inspiring people. Not this crazy shit that's taken away, and it seems like every time you get bigger, you're taking away the experience of that particular really touching someone. You feel me? That's on the real. Even like being in contact with old friends and family. Let me back that up. Let me qualify that. What I mean by friends and families, those who you had good relationships with, not after the fact and you balling with them, and you don't need to get in touch with them. Just leave them alone till some apologies start coming up. Then you can mend that. You know what I'm saying? You can mend that. You can take care of that. What I'm seeing right now with society, what's going on right now, it's time for independence. It's time for self-sustain. That's where the sovereignty movement came in on my life. It embedded that issue right then and there. And this is what? Prior 2009? The sovereignty movement? Getting self-sustained. Get your own. Get your earthships. Get your cob homes. Get your wind turbines. Get your solar game down. Get an understanding of building, putting value in yourself. Let me get more educated. Let me take some of these online classes that will elevate the mind, body, the soul, and spiritually, mentally. Let me get physically fit. Let me get my jinjitsu. Let me get my jeet kune do. You feel me? Let me go do my yoga. Let me get that in there. You feel me? Now I'm training right now and I'm working on my gymnastics game. I'm trying to get up there, do my crosses and all that. The T's and knees. You feel me? Be up there just pop blocking up on the rings on y'all. But it's an understanding. That's what I'm saying. It's an understanding. You have to grasp and take the time to do the research that you need to do to set up and start connecting with other people, like-minded people. And it's going to be, most of the time, it's going to be online or some kind of meetup or something. Meetup.com. I do use that. I haven't done that in a while. But when I get back, I will be back on track on that. Connecting more with more people that actually want to take their game to the next level. And I'm not saying where money is everything, because money is a lot of things. But it's not happiness, right? It's not all happiness. And that's the key thing what Bliss is talking about. It's saying perfect happiness, great joy. But you can be oblivious of certain elements where it's keeping you covered up. Keeping your eyes covered. Oh, we're just going to show you a little piece of it. Y'all remember the little eyeglasses they used to give us, and we have a little designs up in there, and you be turning the design, thinking you on some shrooms or something. Or DMT, one or the other. Psilocybin. Let's journey into the mind. And that's definitely something I think those of you who are conscious of your thinking, control of your conscious thinking, not religion. Let me throw that out there. Not religious. Spiritually, enlightenment, understanding. That's where that will come in and help you guide or open up the universe. Give me a break. One break. Let me get a sip of my H2O. I'm sure you equated happiness alone is what you do with it. Also, is one of the happiness. Yeah. No, I agree with that, brother. Generating funds. Because one of the things too, I think we do need our alone time. Let me throw that out there. I think we truly need our alone time. Because we need our alone time to meditate, to pray, however you want to look at it. But prayer, I don't think the prayer is more of the affirmation. You feel me? It plays more of an affirmation in my life, how I use prayer. Because I'm not traditional prayer and all that stuff, because I'm not tuned into religion. I'm tuned in more of a spiritual understanding, spiritual enlightenment. Know thyself, understand thyself. And yeah, alone time I enjoy often. Yeah, and it makes sense. It makes sense because you're really measuring your thoughts. You're measuring your experiences. You're measuring your limits. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I'm interpreting it. And hopefully that makes sense. But I think you're measuring what your availability. And some people you get around, that's what's so cool about influence or mentors. Some people you get around, you perform crazy. Here's an example. Good friend of mine. We grew up together. Matter of fact, he came to elementary school. We first met in elementary school. I'm talking, I was in 5th grade. He was a 6th grader. And this brother was so tall back in the day. I'm this short brother, but we soon as we hit off, soon as we met in the school. Recess, I think it was a recess time. We met. Bow. It was on point from there. We was friends. So, but this brother, so we end up playing football the next year. Yeah, the next year. We played football. Was it 85 or 86? It was one of those years. But I was in 6th grade. Then I was in 6th grade. So we was in, 5th grade. 85. I was in 5th grade. So we up there playing football. And we played that year, but one of the things he respected from me, and one of the things he made me better with, or he influenced me better, because this dude was phenomenal on the football field. You know, remind you, he's a 6th grader. But he was phenomenal. He was coming from Florida, right? So we hit off right away. Like I said, we hit off right away from Miami, Florida, named Calvin Walker. A lot of people who do know me know who I'm talking about. This brother was phenomenal. All rest in peace to my brother. Much love from day one. From day one, I was the first brother he met, especially in the neighborhood too, Southside neighborhood. So we kicked it off. Bow. That brother said he was 1 year old. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that too, because I know I'm a little up in age now, but his experiences I'm sharing with you guys that I really want y'all to really kind of see how it kind of turned my life around, especially when it came to like sports. Because this brother was phenomenal. He influenced me so much. And right now, even back in the day, I used to tell him thank you, because I used to perform like on a higher level, right? Remind you, I'm a short dude. This dude was like 6'2", and he was in 6th grade, right? So he was always a big dude. He was huge, right? But he was more like a big brother to me. We stayed the night, all that stuff that you did back in elementary school, having fun back in the day. We went everywhere he went, I was with him, or vice versa, because we knew the neighborhood. But this brother, so we started going, coming up in the football game. We played football together. We played basketball together. He was just a phenomenal athlete, right? Just a phenomenal athlete. He was like one of my inspirations, literally. It was only a few, especially coming up during that period of time, during those crucial times. I mean, we talking 80s, late 80s, going into the 90s. Then was some, he was a giant. 6th grade, he was a giant. This brother was huge. Calvin Walker, he was huge. And then he had the body too back in the day. That was the thing. So he had the football body, but then when he got on the basketball court, he reminded me of, and maybe some people who's on this remember how he played ball, because he reminded me of Dennis Rodman. He played like Dennis Rodman. He take all the rebounds, but he can hoop. This brother can shoot, and he would dunk it on you too. You feel me? He would dunk it on you and kill the game. So this brother, so what I'm saying about this situation, so we would be playing ball in the streets, going to Hunter School, elementary school, or Barnett, and we'd be out on the park, in the parks, right? And what we used to do, we have and shout out to my native brothers. Shout out to my native brothers out there in Alaska. Because there was some true hoopers out there. There was some bad hoopers out there. So we would get together. We all be playing in the neighborhood, Southside neighborhood. And we be right there at Hunter School, balling. And we be hooping, and Calvin would come by, him and somebody else probably walk by the park, and he'd be wanting to play. So he remind you, this is a big brother. So he always, it was funny because we always play him, and it'd be another big dude over there, and they be always trying to play all of us. So he knew me, and obviously a few other people that was there. But like I said, when I was around him, I played a lot better. My game just, I wouldn't, look, and this is no exaggeration, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. And if the brother was here, he would vouch it for me. I wasn't missing anything. You feel me? I wasn't missing anything. And I'd be doing some crazy shit on the court. Literally. Crazy shit. Phenomenal shit. Literally. I don't know what it was, but I know it was inspirational. Because when I was around him, that's how it felt. You feel me? And that's the same opportunity that I'm saying that we need to get in front of all the time. That energy. You feel me? But don't take me wrong. We do have to take the time to go in, go within, go deep, go in the chakras, as the brothers say. Go into the chakras. All of them. Get them all open. So you can receive the good. So you can receive the good, or you can receive the aha moments, as Napoleon Hill would say in Think and Grow Rich. The aha moment. And I haven't even drunk yet. Look, I'm talking too much. But this forum is for that, right? It's for talking. But that's what I think Michael Jordan had on the court. You know, he had tears come to my eyes when that brother bust that last shot on Utah Jazz. I was actually crying. Because I was so amazed of the ability, and especially with the comeback. I don't think y'all be see, and I think that's a spiritual connection too. Because if you was some type of athlete, and you was I think more and been on winning teams, literally, and you was a big part, or you was an asset on that team, I think you get it. You get it, because you know what it takes to overcome the dumb shit, or to overcome the crazy shit. And that's the same situation here. You have to overcome all this propaganda, all this garbage that they giving you. Because look, you really think, why has it taken them so long to go to space, outer space? Because it hasn't been in the media. They don't want you thinking about that. They want you thinking about what they're going to do to your ass right now, right here. Let's create the pandemic. And then we're going to try to get them off track. You know, see where I can spend some more money. Oh, we can maybe make some trips to the moon for $50 million per head. Those who really want it. See what I'm talking about? The chaos, the constructive chaos, because that's basically what it is. It's constructive, as they would say. It's constructive criticism. Y'all remember that word? Constructive criticism. Well, sir, you suck. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to give you all the other issues around it nicely for you. But in other words, you suck. Why are you here? Instead of being straight up, right? This government, I'm telling you, constructive chaos, indeed. It's crazy. And we buy into it. I be listening when I'm at friends' family's house and they got the TV on and I'm hearing these commercials. I'm like, wow. They're literally telling you, it's gonna kill you. The vaccine is gonna kill you. But y'all, I guess we don't care, because I think because the food we eat, it's so juicy, and it's good. It's sweet. You know, it's awesome. But then we're having problems. We're having issues. See, that's the thing too. It's the after effects. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what it's going to produce with the gluten, with all the non-gluten and all this other crazy shit they keep coming out with. And like I say, the fitness game has been really, it's been very disharmony, very confused. You know what I'm saying? When you talking to like the fitness game, because people now you coming off, you starting to see all these different ads now or videos. Oh, is fasting actually really helping you? And intimate fasting, and then they want to sell you on some bullshit. Oh, you can drink mud. You can do this. You can do that. Stop buying into the crap, please. Stop buying into the crap. Look, when you take the time to do the research, you know what actually gonna work for you. You feel what I'm saying? And not saying everything is gonna work for you. It's certain things that you have to. We're a lazy culture. Let me say, we're super lazy. You know, it's amazing just to see how people. Your life is important, I would guess. But people don't. You're the greatest commodity. You're the greatest asset. Use that asset. Use it for good. Use it where you can actually benefit yourself, not only yourself, but others. I don't want to be around no boring woman. I want her doing things. I want her active. You feel me? Because all it does is sparks me. It helps me be creative. Like I said, I don't know everything, and I'm not saying I claim I know everything, but at the same time, I want you to start questioning things, strategizing, then implementing, adding value. What can you add value to? You know you have to keep reading. You know you have to keep putting things in your mind to develop good things, to produce good things. Stop being a buyer. Stop being a customer. Be a producer. Start being a producer. You can start off by even adding value to you. Take a class. Take something to enhance. Give you value, even if it's a budgeting class or something. Something that you can actually take on and use as a new habit. Power habits. Start adding light yoga or something in your body, to your body. Little light stretches in the morning. Take care of you. I'm not saying we're going to live forever. Why would anybody want to live forever? Shit. All this shit going on here. Taking everything from you. You ain't going to own nothing, even though you don't own shit anyway. We only stewards of the world. We can't take nothing back. We don't even take our skin back. Ain't that a shame? This good ass skin. Yeah, budgeting chess. Even if you do that, that'd be cool too. Chess, that's what I said, budgeting class. Or chess, even chess. Do some chess. Play something that's going to utilize or stimulate your mind. That's the thing. Truly stimulating your mind. You can put porn in there. But you don't need that. You want something, I mean, you may need it. I don't know what you need. But my point is, stimulate your mind, challenging your mind on a level where you actually have to step your game up. Learn something you haven't learned in a while. Or go relearn. That's what I've been doing. I've been relearning how to speed read, how to learn in general, how to comprehend more better, focus in on certain elements. That's what time it is. Your new floor ain't gonna do you no good. What? Only a certain minute? That's funny too. Everybody buying all this shit for their house, but ain't buying shit for their house, right? For their tempo. I don't understand. I don't get it. Ignorance is not bliss. 113th episode. Yeah, this is You Are the Gym podcast show with your host, with the most, the modern monk, Haru as they call me. Some call me. They call me uncle too. Yeah, brother, big brother, uncle. But it's understanding. We're live. And like I said, don't forget about my sponsor, my brother drbosmoreno.com, drbosmoreno.xyz. You can check him out. He has the benefits for you. Not just the benefits, but the features. Not just the features, but the exact information. If you're trying to get your life back, trying to get your health back, trying to get your wellness back, that's the man to see. Because he's healing lupus, he's healing AIDS, he's healing all these so-called degenerative diseases that we claim and that we have, right? Whatever the heck the place is, you're not desired here forever. Not this hellhole, of course. I'm making the best of the situation while I'm here, but I'm not a slave. And see, and that's the mindset we all need to become in. You know what I'm saying? We got to become in, get out of the slave mentality, because the slave mentality, obviously, even with the big business, we're economical slaves, period. We don't see it because we're a part of the series. That's the problem. We're a part of the series. But I bet you, like, even if you took, like, brothers and sisters that's been living out in the woods for the last couple of years, you know, they're probably more intelligent than a whole bunch of these scientists and everybody else who claiming that they're doing these particular things, because our minds are caught up in a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, a lot of fast gratification. Uh-oh. What that mean? I need to pull that back out. Fast gratification. Because our society's so wrapped up in it. If I can't get my abs in 6 weeks, I don't even want to use the program anymore. And that's when they go into that down period where they don't want to work out no more. You feel me? And it's a lot of people on that game. I even know ex-athletes, like super athletes I used to, work out with back in high school. Football, wrestling, right? Basketball, all that. And they ain't in the shape. They don't even care no more. See, because it's a mindset and it's a discipline. That's another thing. Discipline and consistency. You have to make that a benchmark. That's something you do. That's like your girlfriend or your boyfriend, however you want to look at it. You're like, yeah, I got to get this in. This is just part of the fabric. You want to come with me or you don't? Let's get this. Let's go do this. That's the mindset. Now, when you're taking that mindset, kind of transmutation of sex urge, right? Taking that energy and putting it to other elements in your life. Not just the sexual union between you and your significant other, but utilizing that same energy in other things you have been able to create or produce. Hence, creating value. Not ignorance. Let the people stay ignorant. Let the people stay stupid. I'm not here for them. That's why I'm not tripping with all, you're only getting 35 views on the... I don't care. That's not the point. The point is, how many people am I touching? How many people are getting influenced by what is actually being said and actually living it, being worked? I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not balling yet, but I will be balling. But it's an understanding where I'm taking my funds. I'm not going to be, now he's talking about he's a sovereignty and this and that. And no, I don't got to go that place. I know how to be a sovereign. I know how to be autonomous. I know it's going to take self-sustain, but it's going to take steps to get freedom or to create that liberty. Stop using excuses. Start getting around people who are actually doing the shit so you can start doing the shit. The shit. That's shit. Everything is timing too. But if you viewing this right now, obviously it's your time. The universe is telling you it's that time. Six pack. Stay physically, spiritually, mentally active. Yeah, if you can see, this is the thing. Even with that, I'm gonna read this. Personally, I don't have to have a six-pack or anything like that. My main thing has always been to stay physically, spiritually, mentally active. I like to exercise my mind, body, and spiritual powers. I'm all with that. The thing I'm saying is this. With the physical element, this government, even though the government means the people, that's why that's why we're going to have a problem, because the people are going to test you physically. They're already testing you mentally, hence the sheep mentality. Oh yes, let's go. Whatever. So where do we gotta go? You said where you say Guantanamo Bay? You said the bug out bat? Oh yeah, take me here? What? Oh, this is the shelter. Yeah, go. Okay, I'm good with that. Yeah, that's cool. This is nice. Yeah, we can make ourselves comfortable. See, the frog analogy. That's what we've been doing, the frog analogy. Put the frog in the hot boiling water, he gonna jump right on out, right? But when he's in that water, kicking it live, and you got the bubbly going out, you got a champagne, he up in there getting it in. And this is the same process we're doing. What I'm saying on a physical aspect, have your game, look, this is not a, I'm not trying to promote violence. You feel me? I'm not trying to promote violence, but I'm talking on a physical health, making sure you can run a few miles under 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta have some things in place where, okay, your heart, your cardio, everything's on point. It ain't no question, ain't no hesitation. You feel me? Ain't no hesitation. You just there. You feel me? You already prepared. That's the key thing. Not getting prepared, but you're prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Because they're testing us on every level every day. When you go to that job environment, they're testing you. Look, what mentally, what can we trigger for this brother so we can get rid of him? He done flipped out on everybody. But he's been showing us signs. There we go. He's been showing us signs because he's burnt out. I don't think people be paying no attention. But like I said, I think ignorance is not bliss. It's not the way to go. The ignorance is bliss concept has been erased. Get it out of your vocabulary, because it's not what people are, the common man, the common thinking is about. We have been ignoring the obvious. Right in front of our eyes. Right in front of our face. Right in front of our... All in your personal space. All in your personal space. Literally. And we don't even... And it's like, oh, sure, come on. Then all the policies are phrased to the bullshit. You feel me? The policies are phrased to all the bullshit. Like one apple ruined all the batch. Who told you that? Who said that? One apple ruined the batch. You know how many apples is being produced? Billions and billions of people. There's going to be some good ones. There's going to be some bad ones. Obviously. But that don't mean you got to change everything into the... Because there's certain commonalities. I think it's certain things that we have in common that we know instinctively we don't do. We hesitate to kill bugs and stuff. Think about this. Because we know it's living. It's living, right? If you don't know, thank you, Overtaker, for all the comments and suggestions and comments that you have been sharing here on the platform. the Instagram platform. Like I say, I'm doing this live as well, live recording, audio recording as well. This is podcast 113, where we're talking ignorance is not bliss. Yes, this is You Are the Gym with your host with the most, the modern monk Haru, and we just making it happen. Yeah, lots of lies and deceptions out here, and it's plenty of that. That's the thing. It's plenty of that. That's why I'm like, you can't focus on, you got to focus your own lane. You feel what I'm saying? You got to focus on your own lane, period. And those who want to be a part of your lane are going to introduce themselves. Are they going to come when the time is right? Right? And I don't, look, I'm not sitting here saying I have all the answers. I don't. I'm not even close to that. But I do have a lot of questions. And I question a lot of my situations, right? Because it's choices, right? It's choices. And everyone has a choice. That was a debate I was having with my one of my professors. Shout out to you, Dr. Bryce. Daryl Bryce. Because we was talking about that. Because certain people don't have the choice. But then in certain cases where, especially here in so-called America, North America, we have choices. But we tend to fall in these choices that's been developed or created for us, right? They've been, these little domains these little domains been created for us. You know, have you thought about this? Hey, you mentioned this and boom, boom, boom. The studies have shown, statistically we have, but where's these statistics coming from? And who are they asking? That's another thing. Even when they're conducting these tests, that's another question too I have in the fitness industry. When is certain people, they're living these lifestyles where it's like, are we serious? Is it these people are actually living normal? This is what people, because everybody's different. That's the problem with statistics. Everybody is different. Everybody's body is going to perform totally different on a certain pill, even if it's a placebo pill. You feel me? And then certain body or chemicals that you develop within your body are going to function totally different to that invader that's coming into your body. So we don't even think about that. That's where the viruses and all the vaccines and all that shit, we have a problem with it, people. We literally have a problem with that because everybody's not going to respond positive to this vaccine or whatever crap they're putting into your body. That's why I never really got it. I never really could get with the statistics. I never, even with, once upon a time I was thinking, oh, maybe I can go into statistics because I'm a researcher. I enjoy that type of information. The problem is when you're telling me, oh, we only did 100 candidates. We did 100 candidates and they all in the same area. How the fuck that's going to work? Think about it. We got to start, that's the thing we got to start questioning. Oh, they did these rats. Okay, what's the environment for the rats? Because that's key. That's key, hands down. That's key. But we don't pay no attention to that type of stuff. Now, if they was doing it all around, even like the China experience, the China study, with all these different, they did all these different areas in China. That's a little different because you're taking a few of the different environments. You go into different environments. Okay, when they do that, it makes sense. Not with this, how they're doing these vaccines. The people are all right there, whatever the case may be. Now, it'd be different if they had this study going on throughout the other doctors or other scientists a part of that certain one program. This is what we got. This is what we're dealing with this certain people in this state of mind or this state of existence in California versus in Colorado versus in Hawaii. You see what I'm saying? Now we're starting to work. Now we're starting to cook with some grease as a brother. Now we're starting to cook with the grease. Because we definitely got to be careful with that in itself. Because statistics are developed. This is just another ploy they have created to keep the minds occupied or keep the chaos going, keep the propaganda going. Go watch They Live. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. They Live. A classic, John Carpenter. Classic. And it's like opening up the mind. Opening up the mind. He had glasses, just to keep it 100 with. It was glasses that expose the killer. See, the greatest thing the devil did, he made things fair seeming, right? He made things fair seeming. So he gon' cook you. He gon' cook you. He gon' make it look all pretty and nice. That's the attributes of the devil as they gave us in these particular books or publications. You feel me? We if we talking, I mean, if you want to talk religion, okay, we can go there. But then at the same time, it's like, look, you got to look at the reality of situations, right? Because we know this government's been playing these ploys all the years since the creation of this so-called American Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, whatever you want to say about it. The corruption was already there. These motherfuckers was about to get their heads chopped off. Most of them did. Besides the one who they wanted to keep around, the Georges, the Washingtons, the Franklins. You feel me? All the ones we know. Because they talk about the Jeffersons. They talk about those guys. And they know when they died, right? Died of natural causes. But they don't tell you about the other ones that they hung. Treason to their country. Even though we have that going on daily in this country. But that was the right. That was the right, I'm telling you. History shows us this. Or his story shows us the underlining killing, deaf, dumb, blind society known as North America. Not even that. They have created the influence over every part of the nation, every part of the international world. As the brother said, the flat earthers. I love my flat earthers. Shout out to the flat earthers. Shout out to brothers and sisters that actually question the status quo. Let me say it that way. Are you with me? Who actually questions the status quo. Because we really truly don't know what the fuck they doing up there in that, if they even going to space. I think they're in a space, but the space is confined. It's covered. They can't go beyond that. That's just my take on it. Because we haven't seen nothing going on. They tell you, where have they been? To the moon? That's it. Nothing else. And what they doing? Maybe making some stuff in space there. Okay, we put together a spaceship. That's where that comes from, that spaceship. See, all this stuff was, and then, what's his name? iRobot creator, or not a creator, but the mind, sci-fi, where sci-fi come from, my brothers and sisters. Look, look, let me just back up a little bit. Look, we are human species. We have the ability to use our imagination beyond anything that we can create. You hear me? We have that ability. Therefore, this brother came with iRobot and all the rest of it. He said, okay, what you think men are doing? They're creating that. These are the mottos. Uh-oh. Why you think we're doing all this Tesla shit? Tesla created the motto. He created the and that's just one guy that we know. Right? that we know. We ain't talking about the people Tesla was actually intertwining with. He had somebody working with him. You feel what I'm saying? And the ideas that they went off and went on to do. See, these are the questions that people don't ask. We stay ignorant to it. Because we're creative beings. We are. That's what we're here for, to create, to develop, to take it beyond. But I don't think it's supposed to be in one man or a group of men's benefiting from it. I think the world supposed to be benefiting. Everybody supposed to be benefiting. That's why we should have all our water should be good water, but it's all fucked up because we're creating all these inventions that is controlling or poisoning us. See, this is what I do love about the forum, because I'm giving my aha moments too. It's like, wow, we're creating tools, but the tools are poisoning us as well. Don't take me wrong, we're benefiting from some of it, but then it's a lot of it that's killing our people, killing the environment, killing our animals. Got all these weird ass different birds and shit coming out of here, coming out the world, and they eat meat and crazy shit. What you think that's gonna happen? All they gotta do is just a matter of time. They're gonna come up with a crazy ass big old bird that's taking men right out. Yo, people have been missing in this city. Come to find out, it's a bird eating them. Y'all think I'm bullshitting, but that's on the real. That's real right there. Real talk, as the brothers used to say back in the day. Real talk. Yeah, this is Joe Button here. Joe Rogan. Seth Rogen as well. No, this is Carter G. Woodson here live. Chancellor Williams. Yes, this is Chancellor Williams live here in direct. Yeah, I used to go by Amos Wilson. Some of you may know me or remember me of. But at the same time, it's an understanding. Ignorance is not bliss. So please, start questioning more. Start thinking for yourself. This is what I want you to get out of this podcast show. Start thinking for yourself. Start thinking more positive outcomes for yourself. Start thinking how you can actually be self-sustained. What can I grow right now? Even if it's just one thing you want to grow within your garden. Something that can benefit you. And look, the ownership feels so more, and the controlship feels so more influential. Influential. You know what I'm saying? When you're eating your own tomato, you know how good that feels? You grew this. It's like your child, right? When you have that experience of having that first child, you hold that little baby in your hand, and you just want to ball them up and throw them. No, I'm joking. This dude don't like kids. No. When he get about 13, that's when you want to pick them up. Get on some of them roughing times. But you know what I mean. Those of you who with me are parents, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to experience that. I just understand that innately. Just due to how certain things feel when you're actually mentoring it, when you're actually growing it, when you're developing it. Kind of like your calisthenic game. You know, you're trying to get that first pull-up. You know, you can't achieve it. But then you get the tools that you need to mentor it. You feel me? To mentor. Then you can start getting that first pull-up. Yeah. You know, then you start getting them 5 in. Okay, I'm getting a little stronger. Now I got that 10. Now you get that 10. Then you start hooking up. And just going by 5 increments. All of a sudden you're doing 50. And ain't no thing. You just doing it. Just handling your business. And it's a matter of time. But it's progression. Right? Progression. How long is it going to take you? If you disciplining yourself enough and being consistent, then it all makes sense, right? So what I would challenge you to do, like I said, take some time to start thinking more for yourself. Start getting self-sustained. Go buy some tomatoes. Go get a topsy-turvy. Try that. I'm telling you, it's fun. It's fun. And even when you cook your own food, it's more exhilarating. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can get fast food. That ain't shit. Especially now and today. Everything's just quick and fast, even though it ain't even fast and quick. When you go in these fast food stores, they got you waiting. Got you waiting just as long as you doing. You could probably cook up a whole dinner by the time they finish up with the fast food. But it's understanding. Ignorance is not bliss. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your energy. Until next time, I'm out of here. You Are the Gym podcast show. One thing. Send this podcast to your friends. Somebody that you know will be interested in what I've just talked about or discussed here. Or not just discuss here. Check out my podcast show. Like I said, you can get me on YouTube, Spotify, youarethegymlive.com/podcast, as well as Google Podcasts, iTunes. I'm pretty much on all the big platforms. Literally, I'm on all the big platforms. People ask me all the time, where are you at? Where are you at? I just say, dial my You Are the Gym, and you will find me. I'm on one of the syndications what you use, iTunes Radio, iRadio, whatever. Handle your business. I appreciate you. Thank you, and I'm grateful for your attention. Have a great night, great day, great element. Peace. Amen. Amen.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.